Good morning, everybody. My name is John Houston Smith. This is our second time on. Last week, we had a great talk about peace and purpose, as it is the Peace and Purpose Conference. Today, we're going to dive a little deeper and talk about what to do when you don't feel like it no more. What to do when you feel feelings of burnout as it relates to your purpose, how to counteract that, and then how to, dust yourself off and keep moving. I told y'all last week, purpose is going to require thick skin. The only thing that makes your purpose is you doing it when you don't feel like it. All right. So we're going to talk about how to navigate through those days and how to come out stronger because of it. All right. Also, we're doing legs today. I want you to grab some dumbbells if you have some, and they don't have to be super heavy. Like I'm using some 15-pound dumbbells. And we're going to start with alternating lunges. So these alternating lunges, you're going to stand back here, step forward, step back. Step forward, step back, step forward, step back, step forward, step back. All right, we're gonna do that for a minute. We'll do that for 1 minute, okay? After that, we're gonna move into weighted deadlift squats. I'm gonna show you how those go in a minute. Let's go. When you're doing these lunges, you wanna keep your back as straight as possible. If you're looking from the side, it looks like this. What you don't want to be is hunched over. I don't want you to be like that. All right, keep your back straight. Step all the way out. I've been doing this for 8 years on April 7th. When I started this business, I told y'all last week a little bit about my story. I started from nothing, literally outside in the park with one person and Tom. Real quick. Next thing is going to be weighted deadlift squats. I want you to take your dumbbell, hold it here, spread your feet, and you're just going to squat. Okay? Ready? 1 minute. Let's go. So I started outside in the park. No money, no financial assistance. I don't come from rich family. It was just me and God and some good, parts of my team. People that, had just come on the team from years of me doing this. I can't lie to y'all and tell y'all that every single day I felt like this, and that every single day I still feel like doing everything I'm doing. I can't tell you how many days I've had to come in the gym and pour into people when I felt empty. I had to speak into people's lives when I felt like I didn't have nobody to speak into mine. And time. Last but not least, I want you to do these squats. You're gonna squat all the way down to the ground. You're gonna come up into a calf raise, okay? So it looks like this. Squat down into a calf raise. Ready? Let's go. See, I can't lie to y'all and tell y'all that every single day I felt like this or feel like this. But that's what makes this my purpose, right? I told you last week, very important that you remember it's a difference between passion and purpose. Passion oftentimes wears off just because that's just what it is. Like when you start a new job, you're super excited about the job. But 3 months into the job, you're like, I gotta go to work. That's just how we are. We're passionate about some stuff, and then we're not passionate anymore. People want to lose weight. The first week, you know how it go. First week, you want to lose all that weight, don't you? And what happened? 3, maybe 4 weeks down the line, you look up and you done quit the gym, stop going, stop eating with the eating regimen you was given. Tom, that's passion. and we're on our break. All of that was 1 set, and we're doing 4 sets. But all of that is based off of passion in a moment. Now, if you try to live off of passion, then it's not going to always pan out for you too well, because there's going to be some moments in your journey where you just don't feel too passionate. Something's going to happen. Somebody's going to piss you off. You're going to have a day where you just want to lay in the bed and just forget about everything you're responsible for. But what makes you get out is understanding what's your purpose and called to do. Now, if you don't know your purpose just yet, then you got to keep praying about that. But I can give you a sneak peek that most times it's the thing that you could do without getting paid. It's the thing that you could do for other people that you would love doing, even if you didn't make $1 million doing it. Like for what I'm doing with you right now, when I tell you I breathe and live this, so it's not work for me to do it. Does that make sense? Your purpose is, number one, you'll know it's your purpose because it's more than about just you. People think that purpose and passion are the same thing, and they're not. Like, you can make a whole bunch of money in something and not be passionate about it and then not be your true purpose. And then you end up just unhappy in the long run, right? Your purpose is more so about helping other people than about you. Now, you get benefited because a lot of people are going to sow into you because of how you helping them. But your overall purpose has to do more than just bless you. If your purpose is only benefiting you and yours, then it's not your purpose. That's a hobby. Okay? If it's your purpose, then this is something that I do for other people. I get the benefit from it, but I do it for other people no matter how I feel. Let's go. You know, purpose is one of those things where you got to show up mentally, physically, and emotionally, even if you feel like you checked out in one of those areas, or maybe all of those areas. I remember I had a situation where I went through a bad breakup with this young lady. She's a great girl. She just wasn't a great girl for me. So we broke up. But even with the breakup, you know how it is when you miss the person that you've been with. So I was a little bent out of shape emotionally. Now, I knew that I wasn't 100% okay, but guess what? My people didn't. People that I serve every day, they had no clue, because it's not their business, number one, but it's also my job to make sure that I don't bleed on my people emotionally. So I had to check that at the door. That's what purpose requires you to do. And it may sound a little harsh, but just hear me. You're gonna have to find a way to get emotionally tough for whatever it is that you say you purposed and called to do. Because purpose is a beautiful thing, but purpose has some dirty seasons to it sometimes, some ugly seasons. And I went through one. And I had to manage my emotions while I was in here training my people. Why? Because they needed me to be emotionally strong, because I got to help them with their stuff. Now, what good does it do them to hire a person like me to help them with their mindset? And then they come in here and I'm crying with them. It don't make no sense, do it? Nah, so I had to find a way to emotionally tuck that. Now, not to say that you have to deduce what you are and what you feel emotionally, but you do got to toughen up. Tom, get ready for those calf raise squats. You do have to toughen up, because it's going to be some days where you just don't feel like you got nothing left. And on those days, you got to understand, those are the ones that qualify you for your next level. How you handle those adverse seasons, those adverse days. I'll give you another one. COVID was trash. COVID was so trash because, of course, I'm in the health field with gyms, right? And we got hit the hardest. Well, almost the hardest. I think restaurants had it a little bit worse than us, because we could still do virtual. Restaurants couldn't do that. But we were up there, and we had to close. I think I was closed for like 8 months last year. Some days I thought we weren't gonna ever open again. Some days the governor said we can open. Then she closed us back down. It was a lot of yo-yoing last year. Now, through all of that, I was in COVID like everybody else, but I had to go through it, from a different perspective. I had to go through it from a different perspective because my purpose requires me to lead people through what they go through physically, mentally, emotionally, and sometimes even spiritually. And to be able to navigate through that kind of thing while trying to manage my business, trying to keep everything together, I had to look at things from a different perspective. And that's just what purpose does. Purpose requires you to have thick skin. It requires you to toughen up, because if you can't handle a bad day, and every time something bad happened to you, you just emotionally unravel and give up everything, you're not going to win. You're not going to build anything worth anything. You're not going to be able to produce anything sustainable if you don't find a way to compartmentalize what you go through each day to what you are also responsible for. You know, it's going to require you to level up mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I tell people all the time, one of my favorite basketball players is Steph Curry. I bet you right now, Steph Curry either shooting or he about to go shoot. He about to go practice, or he doing something that make him Steph Curry. Now, I bet you it's days where Steph don't feel like being Steph. Steph probably got into an argument with his wife, not seeing eye to eye, probably got stuff going on with his kids, probably dealing with something as a male or whatever. But when them lights come on, he's got to go out there, put all of that on the back burner and go perform. You know, Beyonce, I guarantee you, she has days where she just don't feel like being Beyonce. But when them lights come on, she got to go out there and do what she's purposed to do. And nobody who bought a ticket to the Beyonce concert want to see Beyonce crying because her and Jay-Z not seeing eye to eye today. They came for a concert, not therapy. You understand what I'm saying? That's purpose. Those of y'all who say you want to walk in your purpose, it's a beautiful thing. But it's way more than what they tell you on Instagram. It's not just you, Tom, making a whole bunch of money, living in a house you want to live in, and not having to go to work for nobody else. No, true purpose, listen to me now, true purpose requires you to do more work for other people, if it's for real. I ask people when they say they want to be entrepreneurs, I ask them why. Because this ain't easy. What will make you want to do this? And if a person says to me, well, I'm just tired of working for people, I tell them, well, you ain't ready for entrepreneurship. Because all entrepreneurship is other people. Now, I give you this. In my gym, I got about 50 people per class. That's 50 bosses. That's 50 people that I have to be on for. Now, if you can't handle people, or if you don't want to be around other people, then you're not ready for purpose. Because purpose is more about people than it is about dollar signs. Yep. And Tom, last thing is the calf raise squats. Get ready. Ready? Let's go. Yep, it's been so many days since I started my gym where I felt like I just didn't have the strength to go on. And I'm gonna be very candid and open with y'all because I don't give people fluff. Like when I'm in these kind of teaching forums, I try to give y'all as much to mentally and emotionally digest as you possibly can. And one of the ways I do that is by using my own struggles, my own lessons, because it lets you know, even though I done built something, worth something, this junk wasn't easy. And on Instagram, you would log on, and people like to make you think it is with the way they post. Let me be the first to tell you, it's not easy, but it's worth it though. If you really after, like finding your purpose, Tom, and really going after everything that you're supposed to go after in life, the benefit is not in the end result. Like, I'm so grateful to be here. I love where I'm at. I love the gym. I got an indoor track in here. Got a sauna in here. I got a tutoring center for kids in here. I got a theater for kids in here. I got locker areas, changing rooms, vending machines. Now, sometimes I come in here and I look around and I say, oh my God, I can't believe I built this, right? But it's not about this. It's not about the stuff. It's not about the amount of money that I have in my account. For me, it's looking at everything I had to become in order to get this done. I started outside, I'll kid you not, with no money, no help. I had a few dumbbells and I had to buy some more dumbbells, and I started going to the gym. Going to the Dick's Sporting Goods and buying a little stuff here and there that I could afford until I was able to build all the way up to where I am now. Now, where I am now, I'm grateful for, but I'm still working towards something else. You see, it's not the top of the mountain that you should be so in love with. Like, the view at the top of the mountain is going to be beautiful, but it's the climb that makes it worthwhile. Does that make sense? When you in purpose, man, you better find a way to be patient. Those of y'all business owners, don't let the internet rush you. When you building something worth something, it's going to take you some time. So you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to weather some storms. It's our last set, by the way. You're going to have to weather some storms. You're going to have to be patient. I said that, I believe. Patience is very key in your growth process. Just because you purpose for it, don't mean that it's going to happen for you as fast as you think it's supposed to happen for you. Sometimes the best things happen slower. When you're building a business and you're going after purpose, please don't put a time limit to it. Please don't do that. Because what if God make you wait for the thing that you thought that was going to happen in a year and it take 3 years? What, you going to give up in a year and a half because you're not seeing the fruit quick enough? Can't do that. Because if it's really your purpose, like I said, you would do it on the days that you don't feel like it. On the days where you feel like you haven't done enough, you'll try to do some more. You know? Pick up your weights. Ready? Let's go. But over time, you do your absolute best each and every day with what you have, with the 24 hours you've been given. And then over time, something special is going to happen. You're going to start to see yourself getting better for your purpose. And then your purpose turns around and it gets better for you. My gym started blowing up when I started leveling up within myself. You hear me? I'm trying to teach you something so you don't think that you got to get in a rat race on Instagram. And I'm not gloating when I say this. I got the biggest clientele of any independent gym in the city. Got the biggest clientele, and my gym is growing out the seams right now. And I'm not doing no crazy social media marketing. I'm just giving my best to my people when they're here. And they're telling other people about it. Tom, like, purpose is, it's a beautiful thing. But if you look at it from the wrong perspective, you're not gonna have fun in it, and it'll ruin you. And a lot of people get bent out of shape and they feel overwhelmed and they start to get burned out from whatever they purpose to do, just simply because of things like impatience. Another good one is lack of self-care. We got to touch on that before we leave. Those of y'all going after something, it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to grind real hard, but then there comes a time where you just kind of pull your foot off the gas pedal a little bit and take a breather. You have to do that, you know? Burnout is a real thing. And for builders and creatives, especially the ones who are like myself, who are like hyper creative, and you like to just get stuff done, sometimes you can feel guilty for taking a break. You can feel like you haven't done enough or like you need to go a little harder. I've been there before too. Tom, here's the thing. There might be some seasons where you have to do that, but then you also have to recognize the seasons where you don't have to go as hard as you think you have to go. Take breaks. Ain't it funny that recreate and recreate are spelled the same way, but they have two very different meanings. It's hard to recreate when you don't recreate. It's hard to produce something new when all you do is work, 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 grind, 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 work, work. You're gonna lose yourself in everything that you're responsible for, and you're gonna end up resenting your purpose that way. Sometimes purpose is like your kids. Some of y'all watching this, you know what I mean. My parents out there, I got a 10-year-old son. It's like, you know, I love my son with all my heart and soul, all of it. My favorite person in the whole wide world. But sometimes my parents can attest to this. It's like, all right, I need a break. Go in the other room and you play a video game and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna just be. Why? Because even though you love your kids and you dedicated to your children, you still need time away from them. Think of your business the same way. I love GrindTime. But you know what I did last weekend? I went to Atlanta. I did a little music out there. I had to take care of some business, but then I took an extra day to just do nothing, just to sit around, just to experience life without having to be responsible for anything or anyone. Today, when I leave off of here, I'm going home, I'm gonna shower. Then I got a spa day at one of the dopest spas here in Detroit. I'm gonna go there and just sit down for the entire day until my 7 p.m. class. Why? Because I gotta make sure that I don't tank myself out, because you only got one tank. And a lot of y'all are on E because you're trying to fill everybody else up, and you can't do that. You gotta be able and willing to pull back and say, okay, look, I'm tired of everybody. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. I need to take a little break just for a minute to just pause and make sure I'm good. Because if I'm good, then everybody else that I'm responsible for, everybody else that I love, everybody else that I cover, I'm gonna be better for them. And then they're gonna be better because I'm better. Does that make sense? So don't think that it's a bad thing, or don't feel guilty when you have to pull back a little bit and pull yourself off the table from other people being able to consume so much of you. So yeah, purpose. Next Wednesday, we're gonna talk about peace. What is it? How do I attain it? And then when I attain it, how do I keep it? Because it's nothing to attain something unless you sustain it. A lot of people had peace until they met the wrong person. And then that wrong person, y'all got together, got in a relationship, and it turned your whole world upside down. All because you let the wrong people on your ship. All right, so we're gonna talk about peace a little bit. Next week, we're gonna cover relationships. We're gonna cover relationships that didn't work. We're gonna cover how to maintain your peace, how to find it, how to identify it. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed today as much as I enjoyed teaching it. You all be safe and be blessed. I'll see you soon.